My friends, welcome back to another session. So I greet all of you 96,000 and counting star seeds, light workers and wanderers. And in today's session, I have channeled the Galactic Federation about the situation which many of you had emailed me to ask about what is the real objective of Vladimir Putin, since it has been a long time, the conflict between Ukraine and Russia is still going on. So many of you had emailed me, and I thank you all so much for sending the emails with your questions. So basically in the session, the Galactic Federation have given the soul evolutionary cycle of Vladimir Putin, okay? What he did in planet Mars and how it relates to what is happening right now. And also, this is amazing, okay? How did the Galactic Federation or the Council of Planets actually stop a nuclear war? So what will they do if in the event of a nuclear war? Okay, so this is also explained in the session. And the other thing is, they have also answered my question, which is how can we find out our level of consciousness, right? So this actually may shock you, and also it may shock the whole world when they find out their level of consciousness. And frankly speaking, I also tried it. It's amazing. It works really well. So basically in the session, there are three things covered. One is how to identify the level of consciousness, which is amazing. I think you love it. And the second one is the soul evolution of Vladimir Putin, and how third one is how the Council of Planets were able to prevent a nuclear war in Mars. Okay, how did they do it? And what will they do in case this happens in Earth? So we will learn about that in the session. So with that being said, I just want to say a big thank you to all of you who have got the paperback version of the sessions, okay, which is around 500 pages of 146 sessions, which I have done over the year. So this will help all of us to at least preserve the information in a book format, okay? If you want to get it, the link is on the description. And I want to say thank you to all of you for liking the video, as it helps to reach out to other star seeds and wanderers and light workers who need this information at this time. So with that being said, enjoy the session, my friends.
We are the Galactic Federation, and we are now transmitting our thought forms through this instrument's vibration sequence, which the instrument has offered itself to be a channel for our communication at this time in the effort to raise the planetary vibration. We, as the Galactic Federation, are now going to address the several queries which have been placed today by the instrument. Further, we shall address each query, considering the understanding of your people to be based upon their own inner perception and their vibration level of consciousness. Hence, the servant is advised when listening to our messages. The first query, which pertains to the aspect of how can entities on the Earth planet identify with the level of consciousness? We must state that your level of consciousness, which you may find easier as we can sense, as defined by the chart of consciousness which many on your so-called scientists have created, for better understanding of your states of consciousness in your planetary sphere. We shall use this distortion as will be the greatest in the aid of teaching you how to identify your own level of consciousness. Furthermore, firstly, each entity who desires to identify the level of consciousness has to understand that they have to become self-aware. The process of self-awareness will primarily be a shock to the entity. And also, it may be a shock to find out that the whole planetary sphere may be trapped in a level of consciousness and may be operating from it. And with this understanding, the entity itself can change its level of vibration consciousness and then offer assistance to change the whole world if it desires. Furthermore, we the Galactic Federation would like to point a simple three-step process which can be followed. The first step involves the raising of the level of consciousness to the highest level of vibration, such as to the level of joy or peace. By choosing a higher level of vibration, this will grant the entity a higher level of distortion, which may be considered as the level of understanding. That from the highest level, which can be received by an entity in terms of its vibratory patterns, it can sense other entities whose vibrations. As this is only possible from a higher level, the sensing of other entities' vibration cannot be preceded at a lower level. Furthermore, once the entity chooses a higher level of emotional vibration such as joy or peace, it must firstly teach its mind-body-spirit complex this vibration consciousness and then look at other entities' vibration based upon their appearance. It will easily find a difference and be able to locate their native vibration. Many a times, upon scanning the vibration of the other mind-body-spirit complexes, the entity upon your planet may recognize that their vibration may be stuck at a certain level of consciousness such as pride, anger, jealousy, or even to the lowest level of desires and fear. Further, it may find other entities or mind-body-spirit complexes with a higher vibration, such as in the level of joy, peace, happiness, and satisfaction. There may be fewer entities with such a higher vibration, as only a small portion of the Earth planet currently in this vibration level of consciousness. And then, after sensing other entities' vibration, the entity must then look at its own vibration patterns and recognize its level of consciousness to accurately sense its level of vibration. And this will allow the entity to recognize its level of consciousness on the scale of consciousness chart as used by your people. This process may be a shock to many mind-body-spirit complexes, as they may find themselves operating for a long time period of a space-time from a certain level of consciousness. Further, we shall now address the second portion of the query, which primarily pertains with the aspect of the soul evolutionary cycle of an entity as referred to by your people as Vladimir Vladimirovich Putin, whose incarnation began in the cycle in this Earth planet on 1952 and currently finds itself in the location known as Russia as the president as known by your people in your vibratory sound complexes. We shall now share the soul evolution cycle in brief in order to address the query which has been placed. The entity firstly originated in the planet known as Arcturus A in the Arcturian star system at a period of 7.8 million years ago. This entity, up until the level of beginning third density consciousness, spent its timeline in the planet of Arcturus A, wherein the entity was misguided by a third density entity who was in the vibration of pride and anger. This third density entity misguided the entity in its choices, and it chose the path of pride and anger in the level of that vibration in the planet of Arcturus A. Furthermore, this entity known as Vladimir then, upon continuing its choices made in the third density to pursue the path of service to self, was found in the location of the planet of Mars, and the entity started to gain power in the planet of Mars during the time period wherein it had incarnated. It was able to gain a large number of following, since the vibrations of the entire Martian planet at the time-space wherein the entity had incarnated was of a self-service nature which operated in the vibration of fear, anger, jealousy, and pride. These emotions were prevalent at that time, as currently the Earth planet is also facing these types of native emotional vibration sequence, and the entity known as Vladimir, because of its vibration in the aspect of purified pride and anger, was able to, in the Martian planets, gain a lot of power. This entity in the Martian planets created a type of conflict with the other entities from the Maldek planetary sphere during its incarnation by creating fear, and at the point during the incarnation the entity known as Vladimir was about to destroy both the planetary spheres. If the intervention had not been made by the Council of Planets, the entity would have destroyed both the Mars and the Maldek planet at the time of its incarnation. Furthermore, this is the process which the Council of Planets used in order to stop the entity known as Vladimir during the period nuclear war between Mars and Maldek was about to initiate, and other mind-body spirit complexes of the planets in question. The Mars and the Maldek planetary sphere at the time were terrified that it would be the last war, and it would end the planetary cycle. At this point, Mars planet was a major power, and also the Maldek planet was not accomplished in its defensive powers at the time. The Martians launched an attack on Maldek under the guidance of Vladimir at that space-time in question, which the Council of Planets could not stop. So the Council of Planets launched a plan to stop the nuclear war between Mars and Maldek by sending a Federation envoy to negotiate with Vladimir Putin's soul, who was in the level of pride and anger at the time. The Council of Planets envoy was an advanced Aster command fleet which resembled many of the higher density beings in all respects with powers of intelligence and wisdom. The fleet's first task was to make the entity known as Vladimir Putin realize that there would be such a devastating nuclear aftermath that would destroy both Mars and Maldek, as well as other planets, if it did not back off. However, the entity known as Putin had to be shown a way to its spiritual essence by making it experience his true self, its soul, in order to make it believe that it is a spiritual being and not just a body on Earth. The message that was conveyed by the Council fleet was as follows, which made Putin the entity capable of recognizing its spiritual beingness. Furthermore, The message is as follows: the physical bodily complex, which the entity found itself in, served not only as the means for participating in this illusion complex, but also as the primary conduit for the contact with the present moment and the true spiritual essence. Your thoughts and emotions tend to move around in space-time, anticipating future and remembering the past events. However, your bodily complex remains attached to the present moment, which allows a baseline for all of the entities in the incarnation to be present in the here and now. We must state that the path of present moment is the only access to happiness, fulfillment, love, responsibility, and deeper levels of spirituality lies in the here and now. Further, this disattachment has caused many entities to forget their true essence and, in turn, be attached with lower vibrations such as pride and anger. Further, a quick recognition or a test may be followed. Each of you can place your hands on your so-called kneecaps and place all of the attention into the right hand portion of the area. In order to make the attention more grasping, make a fist with your right hand. By keeping the attention in the right hand area, the sensations can be directly felt and an awareness will allow the energy to flow into this area. Begin to experience the energy in the right hand as the sensations begin to fully overlap within the self. And after the attention has been fully settled into the right hand area, now sense the difference between the right hand sensations and the left hand sensations. You will begin to perceive and sense a different type of sensation. And you will realize that where you place your awareness, there your spiritual sensitive body will flow. You can now reverse the process by focusing the attention on the left hand portion of the bodily complex, and by making a fist, the energy of attention shall be given completely. This will allow their relaxation and the energy body of the spiritual essence to flow to the left hand portion of the area. And this will allow the focusing of the present moment's energy of the spiritual essence to align towards the inner self. The whole path of spiritual awakening resides in the present moment, and the present moments can be entered most directly through opening to the energy body within the physical bodily complexes. This energy body is the main anchor to the present moment, and at every moment, the physical body is waiting for your attention and intention to deepen the connection with and strengthening with the energy body. Furthermore, a natural joy, celebration of life enters as this awakening, and identification into the energy body follows. Finally, this was the procedure which was given to the entity known as Putin, and the entity known as Vladimir Putin, upon trying this exercise, was able to sense its energy, soul, body, and finally, the entity known as Vladimir Putin in the incarnation on the Mars planet stopped its plans at the time. This was how the Council prevented the entity at the time from destroying both the planet Mars and Maldek. And now, we can sense that the entity is on the pathway to performing the same on the Earth planet. We must state that, however, the Council is yet to decide what will be done if the entity decides to perform a nuclear war amongst the people of the Earth planet. We have the Galactic Federation fleets. We correct this instruments, the Astro Command fleets on standby. on the Earth planet to disengage in the battle if it occurs any such nuclear weapons. And we, the Galactic Federation, leave you now. Bye.
So basically in this session, what I have learned is simply three things, okay? So let me just tell you what I learned. The first thing that I learned is the test. Oh yeah, the test of consciousness. What the Galactic Federation said is, in order to test your level of consciousness, what we can do is, firstly, we need to change or raise our level of vibration to a higher level, such as the vibration of joy, peace, or even other vibrations, right? So what you can do is, you can try to choose the vibration of, for example, the vibration of joy, okay, which is very easy, just to be happy. And then once you are able to tune into that vibration, you can look at a person's face, or you can look at a person's vibration, and you can recognize what kind of vibration the person is in. So basically, then after you are able to recognize the vibration of others, you need to look at your own self, and then you have to write down what your vibration is. Okay, so this is a simple way, and I will actually like post a video of me doing it on my Instagram. If you want to watch how it is done, my Instagram will be on the bio, okay, on the description. And the other thing they said is, look, okay, Vladimir Putin, seems like, he was also on the Mars planet trying to create nuclear war. It seems like that, Vladimir Putin is in the vibration of pride, okay? He's prideful. I think, he wants to, show off that, he is a strong, prideful individual who wants to, I don't know what they are actually trying to do, but I think it's a conflict of ego and pride and anger, and all of those vibrations have led us to this moment. And it turns out our planet, unfortunately, most of us are in the vibration of pride and fear and anger and stuff like that. So we need to raise our vibration higher, and I hope these sessions are helping you. And the other thing is, they actually showed Vladimir Putin's soul in Mars a simple exercise of spiritual awakening. What they did was, the convoy of the Galactic Council went to the Mars planet at the time and taught Vladimir Putin's soul a simple awareness exercise, such as, if you place your hand in your kneecap, and you can just give your attention, just pay attention to your right hand, like make a fist, give 100% attention to the right hand, and just recognize and sense how it feels, and then just see the difference, in how it feels with the left hand, okay? So once you start doing this, you'll realize that a lot of your energy will flow to that area. And this will teach you that you're a spiritual being, okay? Your energy or your soul body is flowing to that area. And this exercise was able to help Vladimir Putin in the Mars planet to recognize his spiritual self, and he stopped his plans. So I hope, this video is at least maybe watched. If it is watched by Vladimir himself, then wow, right? Otherwise, hopefully the Galactic Federation said that they have got Astro Command fleets around the Earth planet. So in case if a nuclear threat happens, they can, disengage the missiles or whatever, okay? Thank you so much, my friends. And I also want to say a big thank you to all of you for sending me requests for your past life, your current life purpose, and any other questions you may have, which I can channel for you whenever I get free time. The email is over here. And the other thing is, I want to say big thank you to all of you for also joining me on Patreon, because on the Patreon we do meditations to help the planet, and there will be a meditation on the 31st we are doing to help the planet. And also I have started to uploading a course on a Patreon. So if you want to learn to channel, you can go to my Patreon. I will be uploading sessions to teach you how to channel, so you can find it on a Patreon, okay? And the other thing is, I want to say big thank you to all of you for getting the paperback version of the book. The link is on the description. If you want to read the free transcripts, it is also available on the description. And the other thing is, I just want to say thank you for watching and liking the video, and I hope you'll enjoy this next video over here. Thank you, my friends.